Hey everyone, thank you so much for just taking some time out of your day to join us for this Getting Started Right presentation. This business is all about showing up and consistency, but it's not about reinventing the wheel. And we really wanted to give you all the tools that you need so that you can start growing your business, you can get started on the right foot, and you can be successful without having to do all the busy work. So my name is Corey Muller. I am the founder of Team Relentless. If you are joining us today, that means you are a new member of our team, either underneath myself or any of the wonderful coaches on our team. Maybe you have been around for a bit and you've been a challenger and you're just now exploring the idea of coaching and the opportunity, but maybe you're a coach that's been around for a bit and you really just kind of want to press the reset button and get back to basics. Regardless of why you're here, you are in the right place. And I'm going to keep this short and quick because I respect your time. And while I want to help you get started on the right foot, I also want you to be able to devote the time to taking action from what you've learned here. I am going to go ahead and share my screen. Hopefully this works for all of you guys, and we are going to get started. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so this presentation, as I mentioned, is designed for you to learn the basics and the fundamental behaviors and habits that are going to foster a successful business. It's really easy to get ahead of yourself when it comes to this business. You want to learn everything from the jump. And while that may be your style of learning, I want to make sure that you all understand and trust that you have all the tools that you need to start growing your business now, without knowing everything. We're going to have additional training set up for all of you that are going to go into the nitty-gritty logistics of things, but I don't want you to get caught up in that right now. What we're going to show you in this presentation is exactly what you need and all you need in order to be successful with this business. Here we go. You're going to hear this term all the time, the vital behaviors. These are the 4 behaviors that if you show up and do consistently, your business will grow. I'm going to go through it very quickly. This entire presentation is going to be in our team page in the unit section. So don't feel the need to have to write all of this down. We're going to have copies for you. The very first behavior is being proof that the products work. This is when we really need you to dive in and put your energy and focus on bettering your own personal journey, becoming the strongest and healthiest person that you can be so that you can then help others in return. You don't need to be at your very best. You don't need to be the most knowledgeable when it comes to health and fitness. What you do need to do is show up consistently and show the world that you want to be better and that you're striving to be healthier. This means drinking your Shakeology every day. We want you to start and finish a program, following the workout calendar so you can really see how it works and what it's like to have a system in place that takes out the guesswork and you can experience it firsthand, see the results, know how you feel throughout it so that you can then help challengers as they do the same. We want you to follow our nutrition system. This is super customizable. You can make it work for your busy schedule, for your lifestyle, and you can base it around your own individual likes and dislikes or allergies, things like that. But the idea of pairing nutrition with your workouts is huge, and it's going to be the best way for you to get results, and it's going to be the best journey and story for you to share. And then, of course, sharing that journey, talking about it openly with on social media, with your followers, with your family, with your friends. And we're going to get into a little bit more about that later on how you can do that and feel authentic and genuine. The next vital behavior is connect, invite, and follow up. I'm going to show you in just a little bit what is called a business activities tracker. And it is a system, a sheet that you're going to print out once a week that's going to have all the behaviors, all the habits, all of your checklist of things to do each day to make sure that you are in fact connecting with people, inviting them, following up. And it's going to be really your best friend with staying organized. We are going to ask you to initiate conversations, add followers, grow your network. We understand that this is going to be new to a lot of you. It was new to each and every one of us when we first started. We're going to help teach you how to do that naturally. We are going to show you how to share on social media with a call to action. The idea of a call to action is that you're not just sharing your journey, but you're sharing in a way that the people that are interacting and following your posts understand that you are in fact a coach. You can help them on their journey, and you're going to kind of invite within your post so that your conversations are just that much more natural. We are asking you to post within your stories on Instagram and Facebook and just really utilize social media to the best of your ability. Again, it's all very simple strategies and tactics that are going to become very natural to you if they're not already. And again, we're going to do it in a way that you feel comfortable. And then, of course, inviting the people that you're connecting with and you're talking to, and invite them to join this journey with you. The third vital behavior is getting people results. Again, this starts with you. That means show up, commit for a year, commit to a program, have a strong vision and a why. Why are you doing this? What is this program going to do for you? How is getting healthy going to help you and change your life? How is this business opportunity and the potential financial gain that comes with it going to change your life? Really honing that in and using it as your motivation to do well. And then, of course, for your customers, we have already created all the bootcamp groups. We've created everything that you need to get people started. We're not going to ask you to recreate the wheel and make your own groups. We're going to provide them for you. But we do ask that you are an active member in those groups, showing up, posting when you did your workouts or when you're having your shake. And then within those groups, celebrate your wins and the wins of your challengers. Maybe they went down a size in jeans. Maybe they were able to play with their daughter and not run out of breath. And then, of course, with the business side of things, as you grow your own personal team, celebrating the wins of your coaches, helping them earn their first, commission check, keeping them accountable, making sure they're using that business activity tracker. Finally, personal development. And guys, believe me, this is something that I thought I didn't need in the beginning of my business, but I quickly found out that doing personal development means nothing more than wanting to be a better and a more positive light and energy in the world, and just understanding how positivity and reinforcing that positivity on a daily basis can have a direct impact to how you feel, how you show up, how committed you are, and ultimately the results that you get. We always recommend at least 15 minutes of personal development a day. Again, we're going to find those hidden minutes. Maybe you're listening to a podcast when you're driving to work or commuting back and forth. Maybe it's when you're cleaning or cooking. We're going to help you tailor all of these behaviors to your schedule so that you can effectively do this without uplifting your life and taking all the time away from your work, your family, your social life. This is when we're going to jump into sharing authentically. We want to make sure that your journey stays true to who you are. And when you first get started with this business, it can be really easy to compare yourself to other coaches. And while it is okay to draw inspiration or look to other coaches to see how they're sharing their journey so that you can help, practice getting into that mindset yourself. But we want to make sure you're staying true to who you are, making sure that you're using the language that you would use and not simply copying and pasting. We want you to step out of your comfort zone and share your vulnerabilities. One thing that I have learned, and most of the women on my team have learned, is that the more you share about the hard things, the more people are going to be able to relate to you and invest in your journey. And then therefore allow your journey to help motivate and inspire them on their own. So it is okay to post about, not getting any sleep, not feeling motivated, struggling with, negative mindset, maybe some self-doubt and self-sabotage, things that we all face in every day. We're going to ask you to share that and talk about how you're combating that. The best thing that I can say is to use your social media platform as, a fitness diary. Show up every day, posting in that diary, telling people how you're feeling, what is changing, what little small changes you're noticing, how your energy is, how your sleep is, what got you through the workout when you were struggling to push play. Again, it's going to come much easier with practice, but the best thing you can do for your journey now is starting. We're going to get into what is called curiosity marketing next, and talking about how sometimes less is more. Okay, here we go. So if you have been following my journey for a while now, you will notice that you see me working out, you see me drinking my shake, you see me talking about the programs, talking about working out at home, talking about my nutrition, talking about how I am able to combat anxiety and things like that with this healthy lifestyle. What you're not seeing is you're not seeing me talk about a particular program with using the name of that program. You're not seeing me share stock images. You're not seeing me talk about pricing. You're not seeing me pose with a particular product, holding my shaker cup or holding my pre-workout tub. And the reason that is because you want to build authentic connections. And the best way you can do that is by not being a walking advertisement. You want to keep people a little curious. You want people asking, what is she doing? What exactly is she doing? The more curiosity they have, the more invested they're going to be in your journey. The last thing you want to do is come across as a salesperson, because I promise you that's not something that we do. We are not a salesperson. We are not pitching a program. Instead, we're creating trust and building a relationship. Doing it this way is going to keep it genuine. It's going to keep it authentic. It's going to make you feel proud of your journey and share it in a way that allows you to form these relationships with individuals and talk about their own experiences, what workouts they're doing, without making them feel like you're here to make a sale. Because at the end of the day, this is not about the sale, it's about changing lives and doing so in a way that betters you and your personal situation in the process. So again, instead of talking about the 21-day fix or a morning meltdown, I might say my 30-minute at-home workout program. A lot of people refer to our Energize, which is our pre-workout, as their go-go juice, their mommy juice, their magic juice, their unicorn boost. Things like that are going to catch someone's ear. And especially like a new mom might hear mommy juice and see you using it every day because you're sharing in your stories and you're talking about it, and might think, oh, wow, I need something like that, an alternative to coffee that's all natural, and that's going to help me get the boost to get through the day, and hopefully maybe even help me on my health journey. With my Shakeology, you never hear me refer to it as Shakeology. I refer to it as my superfood shake, my yummy smoothie. Again, creating an environment that makes people want to ask you, what are you doing? And again, you're going to be able to utilize this strategy within layers of your story. What have you struggled with in the past? What are you doing differently? And what changes have you seen or felt? What are you working towards and why? We're going to continue to teach you how to do this. But the best way you're going to learn is by taking action and starting to share that journey. And then we're going to dive into the next piece now, which is starting conversations and building relationships. Your followers are already engaged in your story. They're already following you. They're seeing you show up every day in your posts and in your stories, talking about your workout, doing your workout, sharing how it's made you feel. They're seeing you show up every day, even on the days when you've shared that it's hard and you're tired and you're exhausted and maybe you have some personal things going on and you're battling, that negative mindset. You're showing up, you're doing it, you're being consistent. So anyone that's following your journey, if you do that first step of sharing it, you're going to build this engagement where people want to follow your journey and see what happens next and maybe even allow it to inspire their own. So how do you turn that into conversations? It's simple. You want to engage with the people that are following you and are engaged with your journey. So that's people that are liking and commenting on your post. That's people that are viewing your stories. If you are utilizing polls and asking questions and doing all these fun little gadgets that come along with stories now, we want to be reaching out to the people that are voting on those polls, answering those questions. People that are doing this, that are liking your stuff, commenting on your stuff, engaging with your stories, those people are already invested in your journey. So you don't have to feel icky about reaching out to them. You don't have to it doesn't have to be a cold call, because they're already a part of your story. Same goes for reaching out to people with similar interests. This is going to be where you are going to find people in your location. Find people that are going to the same restaurants that you go to and are geotagging their location, sharing the same hashtags that you're using. Maybe people that are sharing about healthy recipes. That's going to give you common ground, something to start a conversation with. So for the first of those two, a really simple, easy message might be, hey Meg, thanks for the love on some of my posts, especially those about my health and fitness journey. It really means a lot. How are you? Are you working towards any goals yourself? With the polls, hey Meg, I saw that you voted on my poll about my new boot camp. That's awesome. Are you looking for some new workouts? I'd love to send you over some details. Would that be okay? What these two messages are doing is it's opening up dialogue and just giving you a chance to grow trust and build a relationship. You are showing genuine interest and gratitude for them and interest into their own personal journey. This is how you're going to build that relationship, is showing genuine interest. Ask questions. Provide value. If someone comes back to one of these messages and says, hey, I'm doing really great. I have been working out lately and it's going awesome, but I'm really struggling with my nutrition, or I've been snacking way too much. This is a great opportunity to shoot them over one of your favorite healthy snack recipes. Showing them that you are here and you're investing in them just as much as they're investing in you, and that it's not about a sale. It's about helping them in their journey. Then we will shift gears after you've built those relationships into inviting. Again, we want this to be something that's natural for you. When you go to the movies and you find a movie and you love it, what do? You tell your friends about it. If you tried out a new restaurant and it was absolutely delicious, you loved the service, you loved the atmosphere and the decor, what are you going to do? You're going to tell your friends about it. And this is no different. This is simply, at the very basic form, finding a solution to your nutrition and your fitness struggles that has worked really well for you, and you just want to share it with your friends. So this is when those conversations that you've been having and those building of those relationships are really going to start to pay off, because now you've invested in them, and now you've already shown them and built that trust. You've shown them that you care and are actually invested in them. Now you have the opportunity to invite them in a confident way, an authentic way. You can easily relate back to their struggles. Here's a message that I just sent someone the other day. Hey Meg, I hope you're having a good week. I wanted to reach out because I'm about to kick off my spring boot camp, and I wanted to see if this was something you might be interested in. I know you mentioned that you were having a hard time losing the baby weight and that you wanted to get into a better workout routine, so I thought this might be a great fit. Would it be okay if I emailed you over some information and you can decide for yourself what you think? I would love to team up and work towards our goals together. What I did here is I reverted back to goals and struggles that she has already shared with me. She has already told me in our conversations that she was struggling with the baby weight and that she wasn't in a good routine. She didn't have a lot of consistency. So I'm reverting back to that, reminding her of those goals and of those struggles and letting her know I might have a solution for her. Another big thing that I've done in this message is I've asked permission to share information with her. There are a lot of companies out there that do things very differently than what we do here. And instead of building those relationships and that trust and making it feel very authentic and natural, they just add you to a group on Facebook. or they message you a copy and pasted message that their upline sent to them and they send it out to a ton of people. That's not what we're doing here. We don't want anyone to feel like we are pushing this on them. So by asking permission, not only does it show that you're invested in, that you care, but it gives them an opportunity to politely decline. And then by them saying, yes, I would love some information, that right there, that little tiny bit of communication of permission asking and permission granted is going to make it so much more likely that when you do send them information, they're going to take the time to read through it thoroughly. I always prefer email over Messenger. I start these conversations in Messenger or DMs, and then this is where I say, I would love to email you information. I ask them for permission. If they say yes, I ask them for their email. The reason I do this is there are a couple of different reasons. The first one is it is a lot easier for someone to read a bulk of information through email than it is through Messenger. The last thing you want is for someone to open up a message and it be pages of information. It's going to seem very overwhelming. Reading an email, our eyes kind of shift, and that's much more what we're used to with just the way the world works, especially like in the corporate world. So that's the first reason. The second reason is that we don't know the direction that social media is going. We don't know if one day something's going to disappear. Taking things into a third party like email is just going to make it easier for you to track and keep tabs on the communication that you're doing, and it just makes it come across clean and professional. Finally, I'm letting them know that we are in this together, that I am working on my own goals, and that this is something that we're going to be doing together. They're not alone. I do that in a very light, simple, and genuine way. Oftentimes, this is my exact message. I just tweak it to whatever struggles or goals that individual person has asked me. And there's no particular time throughout a conversation to invite. Sometimes it comes up super naturally where people might say, gosh, I have been following your journey. What workouts do you do? And that's when you can simply say, oh girl, you would love it. They're all at home. They're 30 minutes. I don't have to drive to a gym. I'd love to send you some information. What's your email? A lot of times, maybe the conversation has dwindled out, and this is a perfect example of a message that you could reach out, checking in, letting them know that you have something going on, that spring boot camp that you're super excited about, and you're just genuinely sharing it with them. Finally, the magic is in the follow-up. People are busy. A lot of times, you're going to send out information and not hear a response. Not because the person's not interested, but simply because life got in the way. They maybe sat down, opened up the email, got through half of it, and then the kids woke up from nap, or they had a work meeting that they had to jump into, and they never got around to circling back and finishing that email. So a follow-up is a simple way of just checking in and letting them know that you haven't forgotten about them. On average, it takes 5 or more follow-ups to get somebody connected and ready to get signed up. And again, it's not because they weren't interested. Oftentimes people have questions. There might be something they're a little unclear about. They might have hesitations because they might be wondering, is this really for me? Am I going to be able to do this? What do those workouts really look like? They might not ask these questions outright. So by you following it up, again, you're just opening that dialogue and giving them the opportunity to ask those questions. I follow up after I send somebody information. I usually wait a day or two. If I haven't heard back, I follow up. Anytime a new program launches, hey, I just wanted to check in. I know we chatted a while back. Maybe the timing wasn't right, but I wanted to see if this might be something you're interested in. Whenever there's a new season or a new year, it's just touching base and checking in. Because again, you've formed those relationships. And if you've done it in an authentic way, like we've talked about, it's just going to come across as nothing more than offering value, continued value. As you follow up with people and as you're getting people's emails, keep a master list of these emails. Because again, as a new program launches, as a new season, or we're entering a new year and you want to do a bigger follow-up, you're going to have that master list, and it's going to be much easier for you to sync back up with people and check in. Here are 2 follow-up messages. Hey Meg, happy Friday. I just wanted to check in and see what you thought about the bootcamp information I emailed over. Does this sound like something you're interested in? Or, hey Meg, how are you? I'm about to kick off my first 2020 online bootcamp designed around a brand new bar program, and I wanted to see if this is something you might be interested in. Last time we chatted, timing wasn't quite right, but I thought this would be a fun way to get some new workouts and a new nutritional support heading into the new year. If you're interested, I'd love to email you over some more details. Would that be okay? Here we are again, asking permission, making it a natural, open, valued invite. What you will notice is that throughout the starting of the conversation, the building of the relationships, and the follow-ups, I still have yet to use program names or talk about pricing or any of those things. I've taken all of that salesman-like language out of the equation because, again, that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to sell you. I'm here to help you. Okay, let's get, hold on, let me move this out of the way. Okay, so you're new to this. What the heck are you going to post about? We've talked a little bit about it. I've talked about making your posts about your daily routine and like it's your fitness journey and diary and journal. But here is an easy posting plan that's just going to remind you of what you can or should be posting about. Make a list of 5 things that you're super passionate about. Mine are obviously workouts, obviously nutrition. I love my dog. I'm a nanny. I love to travel. I love to be outdoors. I love working on building my positive mindset. These are all things that I might come back to and share about when the time comes that I'm not feeling very creative and I need a reminder, an idea of what I can share. Share again about what your daily routine looks like. Maybe you're in the corporate world and you can easily share about having to sneak those workouts in super early before you get to work, or taking your workouts to your gym at your office, how you meal planned and portioned out your foods so that you can make sure you're staying on track at the office and skipping, the break room munchies. Talk about the products that you love, our products and other products. Again, if you're talking about our products, you're not using their name, but you can talk about that mommy juice that you love that gets you through your workout. But also, what other products do you love? I talk about makeup that I've used. I just got a new product for my eyebrows. I love moisturizing and skincare lines, things like that. Because remember, this is your social media site. You are a person outside of your workouts too. Don't forget that. Share about the things that you love. I always try to ask myself, is what I'm posting educating, inspiring, motivating, or encouraging someone? And if it's not doing one of those 4 things, I'm not likely to post about it. Because here's the deal. You can post a sweaty workout and say, got my workout done today. Whew! That one was hard. That right there is not educating someone, inspiring, motivating, or encouraging. But if you take that exact same post idea and you dive into it a little deeper, remember, this is your journal. This is your diary. And talk about how when you first started this journey, you could not do a burpee. And there was one workout that just brought you to your knees, and how defeated you felt, but that you stuck with it and you leaned in on your bootcamp group and you shared the struggle with the ladies in your group and were reminded that you weren't the only one, and to keep going and to keep showing up. And then today in that workout, in that sweaty workout, you did 5 burpees before having to take a break. That right there is going to inspire and motivate and encourage somebody to not give up on their own journey. You don't have to post all day every day. Post once a day. That's all you need. And again, if you make a list out of all these different options, it's going to be really easy for you to find something that inspires a post. Stories is a little different. If you use stories in Facebook or Instagram, which I highly recommend, that's going to be kind of the behind the scenes of your day-to-day. You can, I always try to do about 10 stories a day because, again, if I'm posting them throughout the day, it's a constant reminder, or my face is always popping up. This is something that if you haven't ever done before or you haven't done consistently, it's going to take some practice. But the more you do it, the easier it's going to be. And then all of this stuff, guys, everything that I'm sharing is going to become second nature to you guys. Consistency is everything. Using the tools that are already provided to you, call to actions, polls, all of those things are just there to make this process easier for you and to open up the door for more engagement. One thing that I highly recommend to everybody who is doing this business is creating a routine. If you're winging it and you just say, hey, I'm going to work on my vitals whenever the time comes throughout the day that I feel motivated. Let's be honest. Something's always going to come up. You're going to lose those minutes. That time is going to fly out the door because you're going to get a headache. A work meeting is going to come up. The kids are sick. There will always be something. So by creating a routine and a schedule, you're blocking out that time. Now, you might be thinking, I am so busy. I have no idea how I'm going to do this. Let me tell you, the busier you are, the better you're going to be with this business because you understand a little thing called time management. And the few minutes that you have to dedicate to your business are going to be laser focused. The people that struggle with this business the most are the people that do not have a busy routine outside of this business because procrastination is the devil. And when you have more time, you have the luxury of procrastination. So block out times, make a schedule. Within this schedule, I put a mock-up up here, and I kind of created this around someone that's working full-time. In this schedule, I factored in your workout, your vitals, time for commute and travel and getting ready, your work, obviously. Most importantly, I factored in time for family, friends, relaxation, because whether or not you're a busy mom, whether or not you're single and you live alone, that time for family, friends, relaxation is super important because it's going to allow you to recharge. And the last thing we want you to do is build any resentment towards this business because it's taking time away from that or time away from your family. Remember, if you have a schedule and if you block out time, you can do it all. And you can do it all in a fashion that sets you up for success because here we are in the schedule. We know that we have 30 minutes for invites in the morning. So you're going to get down, you're going to get to business, and you're going to be rewarded later by that family time. And you know that later when you're doing that family time, you're not guilty that you didn't do your vitals. And then when you're doing your vitals, you're not guilty about skipping out on family time because, again, this is your schedule. This is how you've blocked out time. Share this schedule with significant other, a partner. If you live alone, hang it on your fridge as a daily reminder to let yourself know, let your partner know that you've created this and this is why, this is your vision, and that in creating it, you've made sure to dedicate time to them and to yourself so that they can appreciate this opportunity for what it is, and as much as they appreciate, you're going to appreciate it. Setting a schedule and blocking out time like this is also going to allow you to find those hidden minutes, like personal development on your drive home. We're going to give you podcast ideas. We're going to give you training ideas, and you can simply be listening to this on the drive home. That 30-minute commute to and from work is lost time otherwise. So we're going to help you find those hidden minutes. And last but not least, this routine is realistic. It shows you where you have the time. And then it's going to allow you to customize and build and tweak it over time as needed. Finally, here is that business activity tracker that we talked about. This is in the back office. I'm going to show you how to get there. When you sign into teambeachbody.com and you go into your back office, you're going to hit training. When you hit training, you're going to hit Success Club system, and there you will see the Success Club system activity tracker, and also have this in the units and files on the team page. One tracker equals a week. So you can print out one sheet per week, and this is going to be your new best friend. It's going to help you stay organized. It's also going to open your eyes to your strengths and your weaknesses within this business so that at the end of the week, you might look at it and say, man, I crushed my own workouts. I crushed my personal development. And you know what? I really didn't get out as many invites as I wanted to. Then you know for the following week where you need to prioritize, what you need to do what you could have, what you can ask for help with, where you need to strengthen and, work towards to level things out. So it might be a little hard to see on the screen, but the very first one is being proof the products work. This is the first vital behavior. That's simply your workout and your Shakeology. Then that second block, connect, invite, follow up. This is your second vital behavior. It's blocked out things you can check off for initiating connections, doing your social media posts, updating your story throughout the day. It even gives you ideas on what you can post in your story, responding and to comments and likes, engaging, starting those conversations, inviting people, and of course, following up. The third block is the third vital behavior, getting people results. This is where you can check off if you've posted in the bootcamp group. You can follow up with certain individuals that might be having a really hard week and struggling, where you can recognize their achievements. And then the fourth block is your personal development, checking off that you're dedicating at least 15 minutes to that time. Finally, what is next? Again, this Getting Started Right call was designed to show you what needs to be done, to remind you that you have all the tools that you need, and to instill that trust that you do not have to recreate the wheel. It doesn't have to be any harder than it needs to be, and that you can break it down systematically so that it can fit into your life. You can build that consistency without sacrificing everything and be successful. So you're going to want to reach out to whatever coach you joined underneath, whether that's myself or another lady on my team, and you're going to set up a one-on-one call. This is ideally going to be in the next couple of days. This call's 15, 20 minutes. What it is this is your opportunity to ask questions about this presentation. What do you need more clarification on? What questions do you have so that you can get those answered and get started? Next, you're just going to start authentically sharing your journey, guys. Print out your business activity tracker and begin tracking your vitals. Locate the unit section in the Team Relentless team page, and that's where you're going to see additional trainings. Feel free within the team page to share your posts. Ask for criticism. Share your conversations. What can I say next? Share your roadblocks. How am I able to help with this person? They're having this struggle. What would you recommend? This is all a learning process for all of us. And while each of us have our own individual business with this opportunity, we are a team and we are here to help and support each other. Sometimes the small step in the right direction ends up being the biggest step of your life. So whether you are here because you want a life of freedom and you want to quit your job, or whether you're here because you honestly just want to get a discount on your products and maybe earn a little bit of extra money for the bills, you're in the right place to customize this business to your needs and your goals. Thank you again so much for joining us, taking the time to look through this presentation. I hope that you've taken notes and that you've written down your questions. Again, this entire presentation is in the team page. I am so excited to help you on your journey. Thanks, guys. Bye.